Oh, we are back and ready to go today. So I figured that we would talk a little bit about the game, obviously, today. Gonna do a quick post game right now, so we'll do that. I know we didn't, we had the Philly Shakedown earlier on Philly 500's channel, so appreciate everybody that showed up to that. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, we're talking about a loss, so it's really not as much fun as possible, but this Eagles game was very hard to watch today. Offensively, I thought they played relatively well. I mean, other than some of the penalties, Jalen Hurts I thought had a pretty good game today. I was pretty high on I don't feel great about the loss, obviously, but I think there's some pieces in there that you can kind of take out. And, there's 3 touchdowns we left, because of penalties. And unfortunately, some of these, I thought one of them was a bad call on the J.J. Arcega-Whiteside PI call, which I think was BS. And then there was other ones that really didn't work out too much. So, I do respect that. But the other point is that we're using Kenneth Gainwell, north and south runner. We're not using Miles Sanders that much. Still not a lot of runs with Miles Sanders. I think 9 carries in 2 games. I mean, really not that much. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to dive into with this team, and it's a young team. It's a team that's building on chemistry, and Nick Sirianni's got to stay consistent with his play calling. I think they came out the gate first quarter right in the beginning, and I was kind of surprised. This team could actually play better, and I think as of right now, when you look at this team, I thought Hurts did well. I thought he missed a couple passes, but I thought he played a good game. Almost threw for 400 yards today. I can't really complain on it. You know what I mean? But defensively, it's just been a total disaster as of right now. The defense is playing horrible. Gannon looks like nothing special with this defense. What happened to? We're going to be doing 4-3. We're going to be doing 3-4. We're going to be disguising coverages. We're going to be moving defensive linemen around. I mean, they play too much zone. I mean, the zone is just killing us. Especially against you're going to give KC that much room to run around. I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's really tough. I mean, I don't like what I've seen from Gann the past 4 weeks. I don't care if we won against the Falcons or not. I still don't like it. There's no pass rush. You have, and you know what? You have 2 capable corners. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill, guys. Nobody can cover Tyreek Hill. There's not one corner out there that can cover Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? So it's tough to even cover him. So you just have to pray, try to cover. I mean, Steven Nelson gave up a big reception. It is what it is. The linebackers were too small at linebacker. We're not good at linebacker. We got 1 pick from Eric Wilson today. Whoop Lottie freaking da. So it was hard to watch. It was really hard to watch. You know what I mean? I think this team, defensively, we have to get younger. We have 2 safeties that are very old right now, a linebacker group that doesn't have that thumper like that. We don't have a Jeremiah Trotter on here. Cornerbacks, I felt like we're good there, but your corners can't. You have no pass rush. Kerrigan is a no-show. Fletcher Cox is again. He was single blocked. He was double teamed. I mean, you go through everything with Fletcher. He didn't do much of anything today. I think through 5 games, he has the obviously fumble recovery, touchdown, and he has no pressures at all. Nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. So it's a shame, guys. It's a huge shame that this team is not where it's supposed to be. It's just a shame. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens in the future, guys. But I think the Panthers are a beatable team. I think they are, but the Eagles have to show up. I mean, they have to show up. I think that Cowboys loss really kicked them in the butt a little bit and kind of forced them to do different things. You know what I mean? I was just reading something. You guys are funny. So appreciate everybody. There's 46 people in the chat. Much love to everybody who's coming in here. We got Sean. Why isn't this thing working? There it is. Sean Mass says, Hurts ain't it. Defense look we should tank. Well, I'm not in tank mode yet, bro. Obviously, another, few games. You know what I mean? Another few games, and maybe we'll have some luck. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. The next few weeks, Carolina, Tampa, Raiders, and you have Lions after that. So I mean, the next few games are really going to tell where this team is really at and where we're going to be at. So, Harak, what's going on, man? Chris Nace says, "What's up, Joey? What's going on?" Corey, Joe, what's going on, bro? Harak says, we left we left 3 touchdowns because of penalties. It's horrible. I think that we could have won this. We could have won this game. We got Niles. What's going on? I said, Joey, I've been telling my friends without BG, no defense. Yeah, and BG makes a huge difference. Sweat got in there. I mean, Sweat had some pressure here and there. Hargrave had a sack today. It's the same story. Hargrave does well, a sack and maybe a couple tackles. I mean, other than that, there really hasn't been anything more. This defense is giving up big runs. They're giving up way too many big chunk yardage. You know what I mean? So, it's kind of crazy. Matt says, man, Cowboys fans getting all cocky right now. Well, the whole NFC East won today, so it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, I have to root for the Giants. I mean, we have to root for the Giants next week to beat the Cowboys. I mean, that's just how it's going to have to go. That's how it's going to have to go. Kyle says, up, Shake Squad, got to give the offense their dues. Minus Dillard, they look promising defense. So I thought Dillard, other than a couple penalties that he had, I thought the offensive line actually played really good. I was actually shocked. Driscoll went in at right tackle. Herbig went at right guard, which that's his natural spot, so he played really well there. Dickerson, I'm starting to really like at left guard, like a lot. Just imagine with Malata on that left side next to him. I mean, if Kelsey doesn't retire next year, yeah, they could do some damage on that left side. You know what I mean? So I think it'd be nice, to be honest with you. Roman Moore said, what up, Joey? What's going on, bro? We got that boy, the Jet. Smith showed up today, just needed to score. Yeah, no, over 100 yards for Smith. Smith has got some crazy moves. He's got some great separation. Even when I thought he was pushed out of bounds in this game earlier. I mean, I thought he was pushed out of bounds. I thought he, kind of reset himself, which I thought it was a BS call. It is what it is. But he would have, that's another touchdown that was brought back. So, I mean, it's a lot here. It's a lot here, Jamal Marsh says, up, bro? Yeah, we left some points out there. Definitely, bro. Definitely did. Jorge Garcia said, not enough. Definitely not enough. Marcus Polk said, expectations too high. Well, no, I mean, it just depends what you think. If you had low expectations coming to the season, then great. If you had high expectations, then, yeah, people are going to be upset. You know what I mean? I had low expectations coming to the season, but I was excited about what we were going to bring. And if the Eagles surprised us, then, yeah, I thought we were going to win 7 to 9 games. I mean, it's still early right now. I thought 7 to 9 games, 10-plus games. If they really surprise us, that's only if. So, kind of crazy. So Easy Money says, got to put points on the board. Brian Westberg on Twitter. Did we pass the ball 15 yards today? QB has to connect on dynamic plays. Another garbage. Time not enough. No, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It's not enough, man. It's not. Like, even I like how they started working Devontae Smith a little bit. Quez Watkins got nicked up a little bit in the game today. Jalen Reagor only had 9 yards. I mean, J.J. Ortega-Whiteside, no receptions. Why they're keeping him? We need Greg Ward in the game. I think honestly they should put Greg Ward in the slot because I'm not liking using J.J. Stop trying to justify your second round pick in J.J. Ortega-Whiteside because it's really not working as of right now. So it's tough, Lost in Reverence says Jalen Hurts looked great today, but what I would like to see is consistency on a week-to-week basis. Yeah, I mean they're not consistent. That's the problem as of right now. Eagle Slayers, this defense was sliced bread. Yes, it was. It was very much sliced. Matt says Cowboys fans talking about locking home field advantage up by week 10. Yeah, that's not happening. Home field advantage? All right, bro. All right. Blue Empire says, hey, Joey, Giants got the dub. Yeah, I saw that. It was a good win. Good win. Good game by the Giants. They played really well today. They played very, very well today. Everybody did. I thought Washington struggled a little bit, but I thought the Giants really were competing today, definitely. Mick Goodman says, when all you have to do is play the pass, our offense will be facing an uphill battle all season. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's just, look, Kansas City has a good offense, okay? They have more chemistry. They've been around each other. This is a team that just went to the Super Bowl. That's what everyone has to understand. This is a good offense. This is why I had us lose in this game. Tyreek Hill, you just can't cover Tyreek Hill. I mean, you just can't. It's just one of those players where you just can't cover him. So, They got to play better. Chris says, does Barnett have to get a personal foul every game? Yeah, I was pretty pissed about that, honestly. I was pretty mad about it. Harak says, Hurts played C+ grade today. I'd say a C+ to a B. I'd say maybe a B today. I thought it was a solid day. Not a perfect day, but a solid day. Marcus says, Gannon is poop. That's definite. Nick Goodman says, defense is trash. Chris Scott, Gannon needs to get this defense right. We can't play zone against good. No, I mean, that's what I don't get. If you have no pass rushes, you're playing zone, you're just letting these fast receivers come off the line. Playing this prevent makes absolutely no sense. What it's telling me is that Jonathan Gannon is just, I think it's such a cop-out because you play prevent, and so you're not really scheming. You're just, like, being cautious. And it's shown me that he has no idea how to run this defense. I mean, that's just me, though. You know what I mean? Easy much a garbage time touchdown to make it look like less of a blow. We need a QB that dynamic down the field with arm, not legs. Look, at the end of the day, I thought Hurts played well today. I thought he played well. Then there was a couple passes, okay? Couple passes I really didn't agree with, but I thought he played good. I thought he played better, and that's all that mattered. I can't talk about Jalen Hurts that much because our defense didn't get KC to punt once today. I mean, they didn't punt once. Like that everyone's talking about Jalen Hurts and how, like, we're being picky what Jalen Hurts did today, and he had an okay day. But look at our defense, man. Like, our defense KC didn't punt the ball one time. We couldn't make stops. They ran down our throats. They passed down our throats. They've done everything. They've thrown everything at us so we couldn't defend it today. So it's unfortunate. We got Daniel Hill says B+. I never thought I would say this, but it's time for Fletcher Cox. Thank you, Jesus. There is a Lord out there. There is a God. Lawrence Greer, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Fletcher Cox is. I haven't been this disappointed. I've been going crazy on Fletch because he's been so inconsistent. And he's been double teamed. I watched this game. He's been double-teamed. He's been single-blocked. It doesn't even matter at this point what's happened with him. He's been a big failure this year. He hasn't done much. Do I want him to play better? But as the highest-paid player on this team as of right now, yeah, he hasn't really done much, to be honest. He hasn't. Maybe he's opening up blocks. Maybe he's opening up for at least the defense, at least for Hargrave, it opens up for Hargrave. It opens up stuff. You don't have Brandon Graham now, so it definitely affects that. So it is what it is. It's not good. Corey says the zone game plan has got to be scrapped. Yeah, I don't like zone at all, period. I hate playing it. We don't have the personnel for it. We don't have the personnel for zone. We don't. I mean, we absolutely don't have it. Chris Day says, listen, it was the Chiefs, guys. Look at the positives here. Devonta looks better every game. Gainwell's a true player. Last week looks more like aberration. No, I agree. I thought DeVonta Smith played great today. I mean, even that one video that came out today on All 22, DeVonta Smith kind of like looking like he was doing a go route. He came back for it. You know what I mean? I think DeVonta Smith is a natural talent, and we have to exploit that a lot more. I think they used him a lot better today. They had him outside. They had him on some go routes. They tried to catch him on the man, press coverage. Like, they were press covering on us. They had press coverage on DeVonta Smith, and they weren't afraid to do it. So why do we have to play zone? Why do we have to put our linebackers back? Why do we have to put our corners back 6 yards? You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Why? But, I don't like it. You know what I mean? You might say, where was the energy in the offense against San Francisco and Dallas? Teams are going to score points in the NFL, guys. Our QB ain't cutting it and have to be able to pass longer than 30 yards consistently. No, I agree. I think he has to throw downfield more. I mean, throwing short passes, he had a couple, but, it's just, he's still a rookie at the end of the day. I mean, he is. He's played almost a half a season now. Between last year and now. So that's why it's sometimes we're hard on our quarterbacks, and it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? I think he could play better. But he's only allowing himself what he's doing out there. I think if he sees what he sees out there, is he reading stuff right? Can he throw tight window passes? Not really. Can he throw deep? Does he have good deep accuracy? Not really. Throw power? Not really. It's very inconsistent right now, but there's a chance that he could play well. I mean, there's a chance that he could do better. But it's still early in the season, guys. It's still early. Nam Derek says, and they also got a garbage time touchdown. Yeah, unfortunately, to Greg Ward. Daniel Hill said we need to get rid of all the old inexpensive people. I'm down to get rid of. I'm down. I mean, obviously Barnett's walking, but I'm down to get rid of Brandon Brooks. I'm down to get rid of Fletcher Cox next year. I'm not kidding. You got to go in this draft. You got to draft some players next year. You got to go defense in this draft next year. You really have to. I mean, you really have to. You could have 2 top 10 picks this year. No joke. The Colts did win against Miami today. The Colts need to win so they don't start benching Carson Wentz later in the season. Let them feel good about themselves. Miami's going to lose. Miami lost today, and Miami's got the Bucks tomorrow. I think Miami will win maybe 4 to 5 games, most likely. So we might have a chance to get a bigger pick out of that. Dragon Fire says the defense is bad. I agree. Chris Smith said we can't stop the run. It's 5 to 7 yards on first down every series. Yeah, and even against Dallas, they were averaging like 8 yards a run. How are they getting manhandled up front? Are they reading and reacting? Are they not shooting their gaps? Like, are they not shooting their gaps like it's a 4-3? I feel like they're playing a 3-4 when they're lined up in a 4-3. Like they're reading and reacting. I don't get it. Like they engage and then they react to where the ball's going and that's it. They're not pursuing. That's the issue I have right now. Nina says defense is horrible. It's you can't even explain it how bad it was. It was bad. Cannoli eating Gabagool Friend says, do you think the current management, they will be able to turn it around? They have really drafted 5 weaknesses ever. No, you know what? The first line of business in 2022 is going to be firing Howie Roseman before he gets his extension. They have to fire Howie Roseman this year. I mean, 20 to 21 years, and you haven't changed the GM in this long. Obviously, if he stays next year, I'll be shocked. I mean, actually, I won't even be shocked. I'll be like, of course, it's going to happen. But they got to get rid of him. I say if Howie is gone, they need a GM that will work with a head coach. And it really depending if Nick Sirianni's going to be here too. Who knows? He might look good this game. He might look horrible. No diverse plays. The playbook is horrible. Not great. It's hard to watch sometimes. But now it says Cox is cooked. What'd you say? I'm just kidding. Daniel Hill says, kind of hard to win a game when defense doesn't even force a play. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how everyone's like, oh, Hurts got to do this. All right, well, I understand, but your defense did nothing today. I mean, absolutely nothing. So we can nitpick at Hurts and his throwing, which he had a solid day. It wasn't the best day, but it wasn't a bad day. But you can't, there's more to it than Jalen Hurts throwing a couple bad passes. This defense just didn't show up. I mean, they didn't show up today. They didn't make a stop today, period. I mean, that's just truth. You might say calling out Fletcher Cox for our QB that doesn't pass longer than 30 yards. Yeah, I am, actually. I'm calling out our whole defense before Jalen Hurts, to be honest, because Hurts did more than our defense. So, yeah, I'm calling out our defense before I call out our offense or anything out our offense as of right now. I do. Because if our defense makes stops, it gives our offense more opportunity. Because really we were getting down the field every single drive. It wasn't bad. We were getting down the field. Yeah, we left 3 touchdowns on the table. It is what it is. Not good. Penalties killed us. Okay? But it is what it is. Let me go. Am I lost right now? I look like I'm lost. I might be lost. He says Saints and Titans should be ashamed of themselves. Lawrence says I want to see Dak without those receivers. Yeah, I mean probably be different, definitely. See here. Chris Smith says screen pass to Sanders to the 4 with no blocking. Yeah, that I don't know. That was a weird one. I don't know why. I don't know why they're doing these dump-off passes, these little screen passes to Miles Sanders. They're not running Miles up the middle for some reason. I feel like they're using Gainwell more of a north and south runner, and they're using Miles more to the outside. I mean, I don't know. That's just me, though. I know they passed to Gainwell today. I feel like Gainwell's been playing better than Miles, but it's not Miles Sanders' fault because he's got, 9 carries in 2 games. So it's really not that much. You know what I mean? It's really not that much. Jones Scones, hey Joey, as of right now, all our 3 picks are in top 10. Yeah, they could be. They could be. Our pick, the Colts pick, and the Miami pick could all be top 10. It could happen. If they're in the top 10 with 2 picks, I hope they don't trade back one of them. I hope they draft 2 guys. I really do. I hope they draft 2 playmakers instantly, if that's the case. So it should be exciting. Christian Bradshaw says Hurts had 387 yards. Not so bad. No, I don't think it's a bad day at all. I don't think it was a bad day. Dapball the Jet says Barnett definitely has to get traded. Fletcher Cox either has the ball out or leave. Well, Barnett, I don't think, unless the trade deadline comes, like I think the Eagles could be buyers. I think they're more sellers than buyers, obviously, by the trade deadline, which is week 9 of the season. So I could definitely see them trying to sell, maybe get rid of a player to get a quick draft pick off of. So we'll see what happens by that time. But Fletcher Cox, they might put him on the trade block, maybe, but at the same time, I think it's more of a, I don't think anyone's going to pay top for him as of right now, so it might have to wait a little bit on that. Eagles Lance says defense has given up 83 points and 850 yards in 2 weeks, and that defense, Lawrence Greer said the defensive line is too old. I agree with that in some form. Formerly known as JoJo MC says the inability to stop the run is what the real issue is. Yeah, it's more than that, though. It's more than just stopping the run. It's pass rush. When it's a pass, you're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback. I thought, like, the beginning of the second half, they were starting to do some stunts with Hargrave and Josh Sweat, and it worked out really good. It actually worked out, but then they stopped doing it. So caused some confusion with the blocking, so it worked. But he said game felt like a shootout for the most part. Yeah, I thought it was a shootout. I was like, who can execute the most? And Kansas City got it. Vic said our D can't stop anybody. You can't do much running when the D is just getting gashed every possession. Yeah, and then they're on the field the whole time, and then they're getting gassed. They're getting tired. It's it's not good. It's not good. Mick Goodman says our offense is too predictable. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was less predictable today. I mean, I thought last week it was when you don't run the ball like last Monday night, obviously, it's going to be predictable. I thought the first game was pretty predictable, but the Falcons were just a bad team first week of the season. So, Marcus Polk doesn't Gannon have backup coaches over there to help him? I don't know. If he's calling whatever he thinks he needs to call, it's on him. But I haven't really been a fan of what Gannon has done the past 4 weeks. It's just not enough. It's not enough for me. I mean, I'm not happy with what Gannon has done. I'm not happy with it, period. It's been really utter embarrassing, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm glad Javon Hargrave is being productive. Sweat. I mean, even last week against Monday night against the Cowboys, Sweat had less reps than Barnett, and you just paid this guy. Why isn't he getting more snaps? And then you put Barnett in today. He got some pressure today here and there, but he's still getting penalties. It's too much. You got to stop with that. It's tiring to watch. It really is. Lawrence Greer said Anthony Harris is not that good. I'm trying to get through these as much as I possibly can, and it's really hard to right now. Daniel says all top picks should go to the defense. Chris Smith says, so we do go after Watson. Don't think Hurts is our future. It's too early to tell, bro. It's way too early right now. I have to he's got to play the whole season before I could say, oh yeah, we need another quarterback. Or I don't think it's gonna work. We'll see though. Big D South, our chance to win evaporated when Casey had an 8-point lead at the half. Oh yeah, definitely. Now, so we also didn't punt. Well, yeah, we also didn't punt as well. Which means our offense was pretty productive, but were we putting up, a touchdown or were we putting up, 3 points? It's a totally different story as of right now. Easel Land says Fletcher Cox's face is on the back of Wawa milk cartons. I love that. Love that, bro. Eagles, fire Howie. I've been waiting him. Fire since 18 is 2021. He needs to go. Yeah, 21 years in the system, guys, and Howie Roseman needs to get out of here. Junior Boy, the defense is the problem, not the offense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why everyone's critiquing Hurts. Okay, Hurts had a couple bad throws, but you just had a defense played on the field. A defense played on the field today that didn't make KC punt the ball. Okay? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right now. It's not as easy as it looks. Like, this looked horrible. This was bad today. This wasn't fun today. Okay, partly, like, was I mad about the loss? Of course, but offensively, I had no problems besides a couple plays, a few plays here and there. But this defense didn't make one stop. Not one. Corey says our defense is atrocious. Agreed. Daw Jones' defense stick. Period. Christian Bradshaw's Gannon better have a better scheme plan. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to have a better scheme plan. I have no idea. I hope. I hope he does. There's a lot of people that think Fletcher Cox needs to go. Marianne thinks Fletcher Cox has to go. Christian says Fletcher Cox should leave. I don't blame you. I don't blame you if Fletcher Cox has to go. I don't blame you at all. I don't, because Fletch has done nothing this year. Nothing. I don't care if he's double teamed, double blocked, single blocked, triple blocked, quadra blocked. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Okay? Enough's enough. Like, it's enough. Okay? Like, he's on the wrong side of third. Some players age well in their play and some don't. He might be one of those players that just doesn't age well with his play. It doesn't match up. It's even last year he had 6 sacks and most of them were in garbage time last year, but he didn't really have a good year. The Cowboys game Monday night, I know he was sick. He was coming off of an illness. He still wasn't feeling good. So, I mean, how much time are you going to give this guy to do something? I don't care about sacks. Just be disruptive. Be what you're supposed to be. As the highest paid player that's here. That's all. That's all I'm asking. You know what I mean? That's all I'm asking. Matt says, I'm done with Barnett as well. He needs to go. I agree. I'm done with him too. He's done. He's done in Philadelphia. He had a one good year, and that was it. Pretty much one good year. His rookie year was his best year, which was our Super Bowl year. That was it. Was I high on that pick when we drafted him? I was 50-50 on it. I was on the Dalvin Cook train that year. That was just me. But he was like, Barnett is determined to our detriment to our team. He helps the opposite more than the Eagles. Yeah, he helps the other team out with his stupid penalties I can't stand. Asher says, here comes. I don't know why people defend Fletcher Cox. I don't get it. I don't get it. To this day, I still don't get it. So if Fletcher Cox at the end of this year has no pressures on the quarterback, that means he played well this year? I mean, I just want to know. Audra says Cox definitely going to be gone probably before Brandon Graham does. Most likely. I mean, Brandon Graham only had a 1-year deal this year. So, I mean, at this point, I don't really know if they'll sign Brandon Graham back to like a cheap veteran minimum deal. Steven S. says Dillard is trash. I thought he didn't play. I mean, he had like a few penalties on him today, but overall, I thought the offensive line played good today. Other than a couple sacks. They gave up a couple sacks later on, but I mean, for the most part, I thought they protected Hurts. I mean, for the most part, I thought they protected him, and that's just me though. Ron says, Shakes, do you prefer Gainwell or Sanders? I think Sanders is the better back, hands down, but I'm curious over your opinion. I think Sanders is the better back. They're not using him the right way. They're using Gainwell more of a north and south runner. They're putting him in the passing game. Miles Sanders is in the passing game, screen game, dump off pass game. I mean, really, I think Sanders is the better back, but I like Gainwell too. But you got 9 carries for Sanders the past 2 games. Like, you didn't run enough with him today. You didn't. You passed a lot today. Obviously, you had to score points against this defense today because our defense wasn't doing nothing against KC's offense. So that's the problem. You know what I mean? Corey Fitch says, Fletch got to go. Eagles champ says, Ryan Kerrigan as well. Yeah, Kerrigan looks horrible. I don't know. Kerrigan doesn't have a pressure, a tackle. He doesn't even have a tackle. Kerrigan doesn't even have a tackle for the year. Okay? That's the truth. Big D says, it's time to move on, but who's the guy who keeps guys around that are way past their sell-by dates? The main guy upstairs in the room, man. It's Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman's before you touch Jonathan Gannon, before you get rid of anybody, before you trade any player, you get rid of Howie Roseman. It's either two things. You get rid of Howie Roseman, or you give Howie Roseman a different type of job for the Eagles. Let him involve himself with the cap. Let him involve himself with some trades on a collaborative effort, something like that. I mean, something at this point. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping. But going to have to see. Marion says Kerrigan is washed too. Christian Brett says Kerrigan, I'm just like, well, non-existent. Pretty much. Dodge Jones and Hargrave is getting off because of Cox. Yeah, it's definitely true, but Fletcher Cox isn't getting paid. Fletcher Cox is getting paid to make plays too. He's not just there to open up for anybody. He's there to make plays. Okay, how do you think these defensive linemen get into the Hall of Fame? I'm going in the Hall of Fame as a defensive tackle for whatever team because I open up stuff for another player. That's not how you get into the Hall of Fame. That's not how you get to the top of where you want to be, in the NFL. Okay, let's kind of be realistic with it. Hawk 215 says your punter is the best player in the team. Can't even see the field. Yeah, our punter actually has been playing very well. Alex Robinson says, how do you think our defense would have performed if Jim Schwartz was still here? I don't know. I mean, I think our pass rush would have been a little bit better, but I don't think he would have done much with our corners and linebackers. I think we would have at least had a pass rush. Other than that, that's all I really take from him. Matt said Kerrigan can go after this year. He hasn't done nothing for us. No, definitely not. Market says, but we can't play man. They need to try. I mean, I'd rather play man than play zone. I mean, 100. If you're playing zone and you have a pass rush, I'm perfectly fine with it. But when you play zone with no pass rush, you're letting these receivers get off the line, free release, with all this space to get a first. They're backed up further than the first down marker, and literally they're giving them that much room. I'd rather play press, at least playing press. At least somewhat, they can get their hands on these receivers and kind of take them off the route a little bit or something. They need to do something different. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But he says there's a reason Washington let Kerrigan go. Yeah, they got younger. They got Chase Young and Montez Sweat and the rest of those guys. And yeah, he just climbed down the depth chart, and to the point where he wasn't playing games anymore. So I thought it was a great signing, but he's not producing. Vic says Cox needs the blue pill. He can no longer perform. I think you said that in Philly 500's chat. That's crazy. Kevon comes a big D. I don't think people want him to fail. They just want the right ego. Israel Bound says Kerrigan is stealing money. I mean, that's definite. He is stealing money. There is 125 people to chat, guys. Appreciate being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, we cover the Eagles every day. Well, we had the Philly Shakedown podcast on Philly 500's channel, so check that out. And check out some of the videos. We streamed the game today. We're going to be streaming the Panthers game next week, so definitely subscribe. Check out some of the videos. Like the stream. If you guys have not, it does help the channel out a lot. So much love to everybody that's come in today. On a little post-game, a little further post-game tonight. So, Philly Fan D says, how many touchdowns came back this year of penalty? I mean, we had 3 this game, and I don't even know I forgot what other game. About the Rager going out of bounds. I don't even know what other ones that we've gotten so far. Daniels, never thought I would say it, but I miss Jim Schwartz. I guess to an extent. I wouldn't say entirely. Corey Fisher says, I like Williams and Hargrave in the middle anyway. I'll go through the growing pains of Williams instead of watching Fletch every week, and I agree with that. I'm just not a fan of what Fletch has done so far. Milton Williams hasn't done much. Teron Jackson hasn't done much. I mean, there's, I don't even know if Teron Jackson is he even dressed. I don't even know. I mean, Milton Williams hasn't done much of anything. Everyone's been there's been no production anywhere. There's been literally no production anywhere. You know what I mean? I just said neither team punt. I think it was fourth game for that. Oh, really? That's actually the first time it's happened in a while. Wow, that's crazy. Or fourth time it's happened in a while. Because we want Jim Schwartz back. That's what Fletcher isn't going anywhere. Get over it. You'll see, bro. You'll see. Formerly known as JoJo MC, so Barnett Cox is stealing money. Look, at the end of the day, guys, this is just my opinion. Like, I'm not right. Fletch might be gone. He might not be gone. I mean, I'm just an opinionist on YouTube. That's all I am. I'm nothing else. I'm nothing more. And that's it, That's it. I could be wrong about all of this, you know what I mean? But, I take my opinion on it, of how they're playing and what could happen next year, so we'll see. Of course, Kerrigan is a bum. Marianne says Howie is coming up with the game plan. Yeah, I mean that's rumor like right now, like that the front office. So what happens is Nick, if you heard last year, Doug was going upstairs every time they played a game, whether they ran enough, they didn't run enough. There's a lot of different things that did happen, but you know, I don't know what to take out of it, but I hope that's not the case. I hope that, you know, they're like, oh, you need to run more, you need more bet, you need to be. I mean, if it was towards the offense today, they did a pretty good job. Obviously, the penalties didn't help us, but you know, they played a solid day. Our defense was obviously, they did nothing today. I mean, zero, nothing, besides one pick that they had. That was it. Eagles champ, put Jacoby Stevens in the game. He's one of our picks. I think Jacoby Stevens might have a chance to compete next year, but that's it. I mean, that's it as of right now. Because they brought in another critical personal foul. Corey Fisher says, I hate when we pick up players from within a division. It never works out. I don't like that either. I can't stand that. Lawrence Greer said, make Brian Dawkins the GM. Let's see. Carlton Roberts says, I think we'll beat the Panthers. I don't know. This one's going to be interesting. I think they're definitely beatable, but we have to play like we did. We have to play better. We have to be obviously Nick Sirianni talks about fundamentals, right? You know, the first thing that he talks about is fundamentals, which this team is total opposite of that when it comes to fundamentals, and we all know that. So, Jay Sakul says, get JB Collins, Singleton, and Wilson, and at least get something. Big D said Brooks is gone after this year. I definitely agree with that. Kevon Kellen says, what are we talking about Hurts right now? He the last one we should be talking about. Kevon, love you. Love you for that statement. I think it's true. You know, we could be critical of Jalen Hurts right now, but at the same time, like, what did you do? What did you do with this? This defense didn't stop Kansas City one time today. Not once. Jones says, what up, Joey? As of right now, our first three round picks are in the top 10. As of right now, yes. We'll see how it looks down the road. Andre Moses says both teams didn't force punt ball. Big D said Lewis Riddick for GM. I wonder if he'll ever get back to the game of being a GM. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I wonder if that will actually happen. Big D says I think we could beat Carolina. I think we can too. I think we could beat Aaron Donald, Sam Darnold. I don't know why I got their names mixed up. Ashford says y'all gonna miss Fletcher when he's gone, but keep on hating. Dude, like, look at his numbers right now. It has nothing to do with, like, see, this is the problem with Philly fans, right? Like, everybody's too emotional about these players. Like this is why we're losing. This is why when we don't draft well, we have to restructure players every year, older players every single year. Like, some people just got to get over it. Like, simple as that. Eagles champs, Christian Harris, Alabama linebacker, looked really good in my first round pick. I don't know. I'm not even in draft mode right now, so I'm not sure. I mean, if it's me, I'm going after pass rusher, I'm going corner, I'm going linebacker, safety. I mean, really, we need a safety, we need a linebacker. They're not going to go linebacker early. It's just never going to happen. But Daw Jones says first-round pick, cornerback LSU, Howie. Yeah, Derek Stingley. Definitely the top corner in the draft. Israel Balance says Fletch is good money. Phil Madry, I said we need to stop the damn run right after the Dallas game. The Dallas game. I said Dallas. Dallas game. Yeah, and we still can't stop the run. The process says all three first-rounders should be defensive picks. I agree with that. I mean, I can see them drafting a guard next year as well. I mean, an offensive lineman. It usually happens every single year, drafting an offensive lineman at least. I think there's a chance that could happen. Eagles champ says Howie needs to be out of here. I agree. I've had enough of Howie Roseman. It's done. Usually when you get a new head coach, you have a new GM. Usually you have a fresh start. But when you have the same GM and the same owner, it's still collaborating on stuff. It's not working out. Howie Roseman's, I think it's time, guys. It's time. Like, I really want Howie gone. I didn't care I even said before the season started, if we have a good season, I want Howie Roseman gone. If we have a bad season, it doesn't even matter because really, Howie Roseman's running that. I think he's on a short leash right now. Because at this point, like, he can't blame the coaches every single year. Like, oh, well, I'm drafting great players and they're not producing the right players, so, it's unfortunate, but hopefully this kid, if the team would actually draft a first-round linebacker for once, that would be great. It hasn't happened since 1979. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Richie MC says, Nick Sirianni, you're furious that you're 1-3. The self-inflicted wounds have got to stop. Talk's a good game, but where are the results? So far, Sirianni's been all talk. He's really been all talk so far. I mean, it's, I don't want to say it, but so far he hasn't looked good. All of what he's done this offseason and all he's talked about, remember guys, fundamentals, remember using players to their strengths. Where is all of that? You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen that. I think today was a pretty good offensive game other than the penalties and, a few bad throws from Jalen Hurts. I mean, I think other than that, you have something there. It's still early in the season, but I think you have something, but you just got to give it more time. You know what I mean? But all talk, no show. Formerly known as JoJo MC says defense could be one of the worst in history. In Jim Schwartz era, I think we've only given up one 40-point game. We've given up two 40-point games as of right now. Two 40-point games. Already, two 40-point games. That's crazy. It's crazy. 42 points the past 2 weeks. It's crazy. They got to let this contract conveniently expire. Yeah, I mean, after this year, it's done. So far, until we hear any other news about it. Mark said it won't happen, Joey. I mean, we'll see. I mean, you never know, but we'll see. I have a feeling it won't, but if it does, how can you not fire him? Like, how do you not? Like, then who's to blame then? Then who's to blame? It's development. It's I would fire Howie, then fire Gannon, and then we'll see how Nick does the rest. I'm already done with Jonathan Gannon. It's just not working. It's not working. It's not. Like, I want to see this defense actually win a game. I hardly doubt that's going to happen this year. I don't know if it's going to happen this year. My drip says you have to stop the run. You're in a division where every team has a good running back. That includes the backups. I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, I don't know how the Giants are going to do against us, but they could beat us as well. I mean, we're not playing well. Our defense can't even sustain. Our defense can't hold up. I mean, our defense just can't hold up at all as of right now. Don Jones says that kid at LSU is Jalen Ramsey's good cornerback. LSU, please. Derek Stingley. Yeah, everybody's talking about him. He better not get extended, but probably will. Yeah, he probably will. We're just going to have to wait and see, though. Philly fan said we can find identity with Hurts, and this offense is all I care about this year. Yeah, really the 2021 season is about finding your building block pieces. I mean, that's what this season is about. Find those building block pieces for the Eagles. And then you'll know. Get rid of the dead weight. You'll have draft compensation. You'll have cap space. I mean, you're actually going to have cap space. First time in I don't even know how long you're actually going to have cap space this year. Audra 222, defense might be worse than Dallas last year. It probably will be. Damn, Howie Pizzo. No, I've wanted Howie Roseman fired this year, bro. It's nothing new. Like, I know I don't think he's going to get fired, but I hope he does. And it's only so much time that you could take from a GM. There's only so much time you could stay here. So Howie has some dirty secrets on Mr. Lurie. I don't know. I always think that as well. Chris says if we try and trade for Watson, any ideas of the compensation? I don't know what it's going to take, because if he gets free of what's going on right now, it could be 2 first-rounders. It could be – it's always what they say it's going to be is never what it actually is. Like, they're like, 3 first-rounders and a second, or 2 first-rounders and or a second-round pick. I'm like, that's definitely not going to happen. So maybe if there's a player that they want to take the contract off of our hands, then, yeah, maybe. iDrip says 80 points in 2 weeks. Embarrassing. Mick says, call Rex Ryan for defensive coordinator. At least he knows his dad had our defense right, definitely. I don't think he'd come back to coaching anyway. Eagles champ, all the Howie lovers are crying after Joey Shakes. Jason Cool says, we need a cornerback, linebacker, and safety second round defensive end. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you should draft defense the first few picks. I would spend money on something you're not going to draft. So if they want to go linebacker, I would get like a free agent linebacker this year or something. I don't know, but I don't know what. I don't spend it on a corner. Don't waste any more money on cornerbacks. Like, go draft one. We need to get this cornerback position figured out because Steven Nelson leaves after this year. Darius Slay's last year of his contract is next year, 2022. That's it. Darius Slay's gone. You know what I mean? So then we're back to square one of having no cornerbacks after 2022. So Zach McPherson is a project as of right now. Didn't really show too much good on his coverage. He's a 4th-round pick out of Texas Tech, so I'm not really high on him too much. But I think there's some, maybe he could develop into a backup corner. That's what I'm hoping happens with him. Corey says the last solid linebacker core we had consisted of Jeremiah Trotter, Ike Reese, and Mark. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Missed the. Wait, hold on. Oh my God, always does this. I can't stand it. Corey Slay is getting on my nerves. His post-game press conference was smug. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking. He posted a tweet today about he's only given up 200-yard game. He's only given up 200 yards. He's given up 200-yard games on 2 receivers his whole career. So there's people that are. I think he's had a good year. I don't think he's had a bad year this year. See, the zone coverage, it makes these corners look bad because these receivers are blowing right past them, but it's like, who's picking up the receiver on the zone? I feel like, zone's a lot of communication, and if you don't have it, it's not going to survive. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy. Matt says, JP, I don't know who you're talking towards when I was calling this. Chris Coleman Jr. said BG was a late bloomer. That's why they will hang on. Well, no, Barnett's not going to be a late bloomer, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't. You're not gonna sit there and you're gonna. We're gonna hold on to Derek Barnett because he might be a late bloomer. That's too much risk. And then Simon, you just signed Josh Sweat, so you're gonna sign Derek Barnett too? I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna happen. That's just me though. I don't think that's gonna happen at all. You're up bounce Slade better not go. I tell you that. He's gonna go after next year. I don't think they're gonna resign him. I mean they could. I mean it's really up to them. 44 Excalibur says Jalen Hurts sucks. The only reason he looked better this week is because the Chiefs have a horrible defense. I mean, look, we got to go game by game. You know what I mean? So KC, this is a Super Bowl team, obviously, and I thought he played well. Does Dallas have a better defense? Yeah, but I don't think I put that Cowboys game more on Nick Sirianni than Jalen Hurts, just because he didn't help his quarterback out. We didn't run the ball. We only ran the ball 3 times the whole game. You're gonna fail. So until he faces a good defense, well, I guess he faced a good defense against the Saints and had a great game. But I guess that didn't count. Last year, he faced a great defense against the Saints, and he single-handedly ran 100 yards with Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had 100 yards as well. So, We got a super chat from Robert Dredden. Welcome to the channel, bro. Appreciate you being here. He says, what up, Joey? There's always silver lining this season. When the Cowboys season ends short of the Super Bowl, and it will, we could pop the bubbly and toast to another year of the star of Lucifer joking. That's great. They're celebrating. They're riding high right now. We need the Giants to beat them next week. And they're going to ride high. It's going to happen. And if they beat the Giants, they're going to start to separate from this division. If they beat the Giants next week, they're going to separate from this division. So that's what's going to happen. And we don't want that to happen. So the Giants need to win next week. And, it's only week 4 of the season. I don't know what they're celebrating. Yeah, it's great. Well, the Cowboys haven't looked this good in a while. So, I think they have a good team. I think they have one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, Dak's completion percentage is at 77% or something like that. It's crazy. And their defense is lighting it up. Trevon Diggs, another pick today. He looks really good. Micah Parsons. They have a lot of Joseph. I mean, they have so many pieces that are everyone they've drafted they're working out. It's working out really well for them, and they're staying healthy. So it's a good thing for them. Okay, says we should be 0-4. Shakir M says, I just hate this linebacker core. I don't like the linebacker core. I think they're small. I don't think they can cover. That's why they kept 7 linebackers this year. They kept 7 linebackers for a reason this year. The reason is because they obviously want to see as much out of all the guys. That's why they're not playing certain guys. They're rotating these guys because They need to see what they have going into 2022 next year. So, true that. Nick Ortiz said Devon Smith could have had 200 yards easy. Hurts just doesn't go through his progressions well. I agree with some of that. I don't think he goes through all his reads. Sometimes he definitely misses guys wide open. Devontae Smith had a really good game. I mean, he would have had, even with that pass that was, obviously when he jumped out of bounds, he reset himself, which I thought was a BS call. But, I thought he was pushed, and I thought he reset himself well to get back in bounds, whatever it was for the touchdown pass. It's unfortunate, but Devontae Smith could play. I mean, he could play. He could get some separation. That's definite. It's kind of crazy, but come on, counts easy money like that. What are you, Jalen Hurts? I don't know. I don't know. There's people that are putting like Jalen Hurts isn't like the main problem of this game today, so I don't know why people are going crazy over it. Cognac Gang says Saints have Hill as QB though. Yeah, I understand. Well, he was talking about facing the best defense, and the Saints was a top 5 defense last year. So I'm not talking about the Saints offense. I'm talking about he was talking about Jalen Hurts not playing Casey has a bad defense. He only played good because he played a bad defense. But last year, as a pretty much still a rookie, he played a Saints defense and played really well, and did it mostly with his legs. He really didn't have to throw the ball. I mean, he really just ran his way to victory that game. So that's what I'm talking about. LeBron says Jalen is only right side ball thrower. He go left. We defensive lineman, man. I love my team, but facts. Okay, we played nobody week 1. We should be 0-4. It's sad, but it's true. I mean, here's what it is. The Falcons were a bad team week 1. We were just more prepared week 1. You go into the first game of the season, both teams have no blueprints. I mean, you have a preseason to go off of. That's it. You have no blueprints of teams. And you go into that game and kind of just try to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's the first game of the season. First game is always a toss-up game. Teams that should normally win don't win. Teams that never should win against the other team usually does win. So it's really just who's prepared for the first game of the season. Big D says Dallas can only get bumped out of the second round for so much longer. You might says Eagles fan, have a clear mind, not emotional. We need a QB. It's 2021. Have to be able to connect and pass down the field. No, I agree with that. And Jalen Hurts has not been consistent with that. So, but I want to see a full year of Jalen Hurts. So really, we could say this now. It is what it is. We just got to see how he does the rest of the year. If he stinks down the road, then yes. Then obviously the right decision will be made. If he plays well, then we keep him for another year. And we start him at quarterback again. So really, this year will tell a little bit of what the story of Jalen Hurts and how he's progressed throughout the year, and really it's up to Nick Sirianni too, because he's got to put him in good positions, but he's got to make the plays. So I understand that on both sides. Mark's posted, so do we root for Cowboys? No, we're rooting for the Giants next week, 100%. If the Cowboys win, they're 4-2, or no, they're 3. Whatever, they win another game. I mean, they're. You got to root for the Giants next week. You got to root for the Giants. You got no choice. You got to root for them. You got to root for them. So, Ajib says if Dallas gets knocked out first round, they should have from laughter. Oh God, it's funny. It's funny, guys. It's funny. Eagles champ said this hurts Hayes disgraceful. Give him man's credit. Eagles fans becoming toxic. I want him to fail. I don't think there's people that want him to fail. I just think that because of not even a half a season yet, and he's still a rookie, there's people that think that he's going to be like this the rest of the year. And he might be inconsistent the rest of the year, but we're just going to have to see. You know what I mean? I get both sides to it. You know what I mean? I get it. But we're not trained for a quarterback right now. Like, we have to stick with Hurts. Like, that's it. We're going to have to swallow the pill and keep going. Shakira says Dallas ain't going to go for far. They can have the division this season. We'll be back. Just get retool this team on both sides of the ball. Yeah, we have to retool both sides of the ball, and we need to see if what coaches are going to be leaving. Gannon, I don't see him being here next year because I don't see this defense playing. I have more faith in our offense playing better this year than our defense playing better this year, and that's just the truth. You know what I mean? It's not so easy money. How can you call yourself an Eagles fan yet you don't trust Jalen Hurts? You don't want him to develop. You want him to be a Peyton Manning. And the thing is, Peyton Manning had a horrible, what was it, his first year? Didn't he throw like 30 picks like his first or second year of his career? Like, he played horrible. Alex Smith was the same way when he took over for Kansas City. He played horrible. Like, this happens. The guy hasn't played a half a season yet. He hasn't played a half a season yet. He's played almost a half a. He's played pretty much a half a season right now. After this game, he's played a half a season as a rookie. He's still a rookie. He hasn't played many games. You know what I mean? Like, that's why, like, I don't know why there's so many people that, like, yeah, he's gonna, guys, like, I never said he's perfect. Like, he's gonna make mistakes. Like, Hurts is gonna have a bad game, and he had a bad game against the Cowboys. He had a better game today. He had a better game, a lot better, a lot more solid and better. Still made mistakes, but he looked better. It's going through progression of just development, and that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? It's the way it is. We got Jake Kills with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. It says, Joe, it's a rebuild period. This is an evaluation. D needs overhaul. No, it's a rebuild. It is. And I think, evaluation-wise, we need to. This is an evaluation year, and I agree with that. This is, like I said earlier in the stream, this is a building block year for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's truth. It's the truth. It's a building block year. So you just got to see what you have. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The defense just needs. You got to get rid of the linebackers. All of them are horrible. They're not playing well. That's just the truth, and that's it. Defensive line needs a rehaul. I mean, we drafted a couple guys. I mean, we need a new defensive coordinator. I don't even think we need a young defensive coordinator now. Like, I thought this was a good idea, but it seems like he doesn't know what he's doing. So we need a grizzled veteran coordinator that's going to know how to use this defense and come to Philly and do a good job. And you got to get some draft compensation, trade a couple guys, and get it going. You know what I mean? I agree, Jay. I agree, man. I'm not disagreeing. I agree with everybody what they're saying. We're going through our emotions right now. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Chris Carver Jr. with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. So the last time I saw an Eagles team blitz, Jim Johnson was still. Yeah, it's sad. It's really, really sad. I don't even know how. Maybe they blitzed once in this Cowboys game that happened. I mean, I don't know if they blitzed today. Maybe. I don't even remember. I don't even think they did. I mean, I want to believe they at least blitzed once, but I don't even know if that's the case as of right now. It's not looking good. It's looking really bad. I mean, it's horrible. I've never seen a defense like the Eagles have always had a really good pass rush. Okay, I think we could all agree with that, but it's not showing up now. Like, why is there no pass rush? Like, why cannot we get through? Why are we shooting our gaps when we're getting manhandled up front? I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Azer Robertson says, hey, Joey, what's good? I'm just happy my Giants got a win today. The Giants played a good game today. They were competitive. They played really well. So congratulations. The rest of the NFC East won and the Eagles lost. So, I mean, that's what happened today. So, Asia, definitely good luck the rest of the way. We're going to be rooting for the Giants next week against the Cowboys. Hopefully the Giants can do something against them. It would be nice. But we'll see. Jacob says, I have the same backdrop. Really now? Awesome, bro. That's awesome. We have 140 people to chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles every single day. We stream every single game, every Sunday, every primetime game. Check out some of the content if you guys have it. Memberships are down below as well to support me any further. And, we do the Philly Shakedown podcast Saturdays and Sundays, so check that out with Philly 500. And if you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help out the channel a lot. Appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate everybody just supporting and, getting through this rough time right now. So we're all going through it together. So it's all that matters. You know what I mean? We might have different opinions, but we all want the Eagles to play better, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So, sorry, Kendall. Kendall Clemming says, the problem isn't the coaching. We got to give the staff a chance. It's personnel, which is on Howie. Defense can't be good when you don't have value anything but the defensive line. I agree with that. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying that the Howie Roseman has to go before anybody else does. Okay, like I'm going to give these coaches a chance. We have no choice. Okay, that's definitely true. Like we have no choice but to give them a chance this year. Okay, but as of right now, it's hard to watch, and we're very frustrated, and I understand that. So we'll see what happens. But I understand, though. Drip says, what's the odds Robert Saleh leaves the Jets and comes here? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a one and done type of thing with Robert Saleh over with New York. I mean, he ran a really good defense with San Francisco, so I don't know. But, hey, if he's free, then why not? You know what I mean? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think he definitely is. He's got that grit to him. I think he would fit well over here. He's passionate. So I mean, I have no problem with it if they've hired him. I don't, because defensive coordinator wise, he's fantastic. But he said, you mentioned the word philosophy in your post vid, something that's not changing so long as the GM is here. Yeah, you're not going to change your philosophy if you have a GM that has control over too much. Like, how can you change your offensive philosophy? How can you change your defensive philosophy if you're going up in meetings after every game and Howie Roseman's telling you, oh, well, this is not what you should do. You should do this, or you should do this. Like, the guy never played a game of football in his life. And as a GM, he thinks he could tell the coach, like, what is better for the team. Worry about your cap space. Worry about what you're doing for the organization. Worry about your trades. Worry about getting good players here, and they're turning to Pro Bowlers, okay? Worry about that more than anything. So, it's tough to watch. It is. Oh, Mr. Jalen Hurts played like Patty Mahomes. Shakur M says, man, that would be nice. UCM said, nobody putting Morning Hurts in the same sentence. D-Block Eagles fans want Hurts to be this Mahomes. Wilson out of nowhere needs to develop. I agree. It's way too early. He's played a half a season. That's it. Between last year and this year. It's all he's played. A half a season pretty much. Cognac Yang said, we have 2 first-round pick wide receiver that isn't doing much. Kind of sad not using them to the fullest. Yeah, it is sad. When you look at the Chiefs, like they've been playing together for so long, you know what I mean? And not even just that, but the chemistry is there. You have a lot of new pieces to this offense, okay? Devontae Smith, I think, is going to be a superstar in this league one day, okay? I think he's going to be a superstar in this league. Jalen Reagor, I think Quez Watkins is going to be the number 2 receiver for this team. I really do. I think Quez has a lot to offer. I think he's got speed. I think he catch 50-50 balls. He's like a possession receiver in the air. I think he does a fantastic job. He got nicked up a little bit today. I understand he only had like 30-something yards, but he got hurt today a little bit. So he tried to play as much as he possibly could. Reagor's probably the one where I'm like, is he more of a gadget guy? What should they do with Jalen Reagor? I don't know. 9 yards. I mean, it's ridiculous. He gets his moments, but obviously I thought in the Cowboys game he would have had that touchdown in the end zone, and Hurts underthrew it right to the cornerback. I mean, he threw it right to the corner. So it's a problem. It's definitely a problem. Greg Ward needs to play. I don't know what happened with putting Jalen Reagor in the slot, which they were talking about. They haven't. I don't even know if he's even played in the slot yet this year. Not even sure. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has got, like, this is why Howie Roseman's got to go, because if Howie Roseman's gone, you can get rid of J.J. because he's trying to justify that pick. He's trying to get some value, some worth out of that pick, which he's not getting any value out of it. He's not. I mean, he's there for blocking and special teams. He actually made a couple tackles on special teams and made some blocks. So, it's unfortunate, but do I want it this way? Definitely not. But it's kind of crazy. Skylar Coleman says, Hurts is the real deal. There's not a single QB in the next draft that I would take over Hurts. Let him develop and draft the defense to help him out, and we will be fine. I just think you gotta let him develop this year, let him play out the whole year, and it's gonna happen. They're not gonna bench. They're only gonna bench him if he plays as bad as the Cowboys game. Like that's the only. And Nick Sirianni had no help in that game either. But he will get benched if he plays horrible, which he didn't today. Was he perfect? No, but was he solid? Sure. Did he mess up? Did he have some mistakes? Definitely. I agree with all that. You know what I mean? Marcel Hill said, "How do you Carson is doing?" I didn't watch the game today, so I don't really know like what the whole thing is with him. He was playing with the 2 high ankle sprains or whatever. Robert says, "I need to get a hold of Marty McFly. We need to hurry him and go back to the future and get Jim Johnson, right?" Lawrence Greer says, "Yo, Joey, I wish you did live streams with StreamYard because I want to come up and talk to you." I did. No, I always stream on StreamYard. Last week, I think the Cowboys. I don't know. I think like a couple weeks ago, I did it on Streamlabs. But no, I do all my live streams on StreamYard now with the games. So I definitely do that. That's definite. Kyle says -1 good year. We haven't had a real defense since Jim, and that's true. That's true. Sonic says the reason why I said this was because we want him to be perfect. I mean, I didn't mean to say Peyton Manning perfect. I meant to say perfect, and I was using. No. I understand. No, I understand. No, I got you. I got you. Like who's the Peyton Mannings are are not hard to find. Obviously, D Block 11X says stop, bro. It's 4 games and look at this crap players he has to work with. I understand it, but it's seriously it's only 4 games. It's only 4 games. That's you pretty much answered your own question. You actually answered your own statement. It's 4 games. You know what I mean? It's building chemistry. And Nick has to use these players to their strengths and consistently do that because you can't have a Cowboys game like you did and then have this game and then have a bad game and have a good game. You got to stay. You can go up and down a little bit. You can fail. You can make mistakes, but you got to keep it on a consistent level every game. You know what I mean? That's the only way it's going to get better. You can't like flop one game, play great another game. You can't do that. It's not how you're going to build. Your team's not going to get built that way. Your players aren't going to respect that. And, your offense isn't going anywhere because of it. And defensively, too. So, Lost in Reverie says, I remember during the draft process, Hurts' pro comparison was Dak Prescott. And I agree. If the Eagles are committed to developing him and building around him properly, he could be a great QB. I think he's got talent. I think he does, but we just haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough of Jalen Hurts. It's only a few games as of right now. It's 4 games. You know what I mean? So it's tough, to say, I have no answers for it because I need to see the rest of this year. That's what I need to see. You know what I mean? We got a super chat from Venom King. Love the profile picture, bro. He says, would you trade Cox because he ain't doing nothing? Right now, no. After the year, we'll see how he does at the end of this year and just see what happens. I mean, I haven't been happy with Fletcher Cox. Hopefully he turns it around. I hope he does. I don't want no players to fail, okay? When I want players to do well, I want them to do well. Just because they're here, I'm not going to say, I hope he fails. I hope he doesn't do well. I hope his career is horrible. I hope he leaves his team. Yeah, I understand. I think Derek Barnett's like the only guy I really want out of here that badly because I just think Derek Barnett's just wasted space. That's not doing anything, okay, on top of Fletcher Cox. But, it's penalties. It's a whole bunch of other stuff. So I understand that. You know what I mean? We have a super chat from the great Tate. He says, to be honest, we're not rooting for the Ants. We're rooting against the Cowboys. Well, technically, yes. We're rooting against the Cowboys. We're not cheering for the Giants, but we're rooting against the Cowboys. Definitely understandable. We don't want the Cowboys to separate. We don't want them to kind of separate, division-wise and start to, separate from the pack a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what we don't want to happen. Idro 2222, the Quez Watkins, where he got pushed is apparently legal now if the QB runs out of the pocket. Yeah, I don't agree with that penalty. That was a bunch of BS. That J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, that PI call was bull. That was such a wasted play. I'm like, man, I can't believe this was happening. I can't believe that happened. Nick Sirianni was pissed. I mean, he was going out of his mind. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I really don't. It's unfortunate, though. You know what I mean? Jay says, did Cox even make a tackle today? I know. I don't know. He has 5 tackles in 4 games. That's what he has. He has 5 tackles, an interception return for a touchdown, or a fumble recovery touchdown. I don't think it counts as a pick. I think it counts as a fumble because it was a fumble. He didn't forward. Dak didn't forward throw that. He got tipped. It got tipped backwards. It was a fumble. So D Mac says, keeping it real, Jonathan Gannon defense scheme is trash. Well, you're as real as they come, bro, because I think we're all agreeing with that. So that's definite. Chris Garvin Jr. says, heck, even Bill Davis called a shutout back in 2014. I think Rich Gannon would be a better DC. Yeah, I remember Billy Davis, man. Wow. That takes me back. Billy Davis, the shutout on the, I think it was the shutout on the Giants in 14. I think we shut out the Giants that year. It was the all black jerseys. I remember that. That was a good game. Shakira, we had like 8 sacks. It was like 8 to 10 sacks. It was crazy. Shakira says, yes, the scheme is trash. Doesn't blitz at all. No, it's a huge problem. He's going to get fired. It's going to happen. Like Jonathan Gannon playing like this, he's going to get fired. I don't care what he's doing. Stop playing zone. You got to stop. Until you have a pass rush, you cannot play zone. I mean, you can play it, but you're not switching to a 3-4, a 4-3. All these, we're gonna disguise zone cover. We're gonna disguise coverages. We're gonna move defensive linemen around. We're gonna be moving guys. I mean, I haven't seen none of that. Like how you could tell what a coach and you're playing prevent defense pretty much the whole game, which pretty much means like you have no trust in your defense. You have no trust in your your own staff to get the job done. And you know what? At the same time, you're playing prevent and you're just giving them yards. Like you're backing these guys up 5 to 6 yards. You're not. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. Philly0024 says, bad as Jim was, our run D was never this bad. It was always solid or elite. No, I think we would have a pass rush with Jim if Jim was still here. I didn't like how he used linebackers and corners and safeties, but I liked how our defensive line was, and that was the strongest. That was our strong suit of this team. And unfortunately, it's not happening. You know what I mean? It's not happening. Rico Sosa says, what? Are you serious? I don't know what's BS, but I don't know. The rules keep changing. Oh, yeah. The rules keep changing. The rules keep changing every year. Oh, guys, do you know that referee that called the game today is a brand new ref that just started today? Right? The referee that we had in this game today just started as a referee today. Couldn't you tell? I think we could. Robert says, thank God our DC doesn't sell security alarm systems. It would be a total failure. Probably would be. Rico Sosa says, so if the QB runs out of the pocket, DBs can push wide receivers even after they pass 5 yards. Yeah, that's, which I didn't know. I didn't know that. So I think it's BS that's even a rule, which I didn't know about it. I don't know. Idris says, if Jim Schwartz didn't have a cornerbacks so far back, he would have been a very good defensive coordinator. And his blitz were, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. We got TJS with the super chat. He says, our run defense is due to our soft linebackers. Yeah, and they can't tackle. On top of it, you see Edwards today? Edwards literally ran in a straight line in slow motion, okay? 1 tackle, 2 tackle, 3 tackle. He got a 9-yard run. I mean, that's how bad it is. It's bad. Eric Wilson stinks, okay? Alex Singleton's a tackling machine, but he can't cover. He's not good at anything else but just tackling. Good at okay against the run, I guess. The linebacker core is not good. A lot of production in the offseason from it, but I was excited about it because we were actually getting production out of that group. But, nothing. Davion Taylor, your 3rd-round pick, it literally just came back from a calf strain. And he's a 3rd-round pick. I mean, he didn't even do much. They're switching linebackers around. We don't have that thumper at linebacker. Like, we've missed out on so many guys like Devin White. It's crazy. Patrick Queen. I mean, we've missed on so many linebackers. Like, I can't stand it. It's crazy. Caesar Edivas Vegas says, can you say Hoover or Eureka? I'm not falling for that. I don't know what you just said there, but I don't want to fall for it. Joe Jones says, Nelson runs with the wide receiver and never turns his head when the receiver turns around to spot the ball, just running to run, I guess. I don't know. I mean, he got beat on a big reception by Tyreek Hill, which Tyreek Hill could beat anybody at this point. You know what I mean? He gave up a big reception. It is what it is. You know, it's on. Really, these corners haven't been playing that bad this year. They really haven't. But when you have no pass rush, we get exposed, and this is what happens when you play prevent the whole game because you're afraid to line up and try to be physical with these guys. Take these guys. They're pushing us around going down on these go routes. They're pushing us around out of bounds and all this stuff. But what we're doing is we're literally just letting them. We're just going back 6 yards and saying, "Hey, here's the first down right in front of us." And then Gannon's trusting these linebackers to actually make tackles and not get first downs. Come on now. It's crazy. It's just, it makes absolutely no sense. Carlson said, JoJo, Malik Willis, QB Liberty, we need to draft defensive backs bad and linebackers. They are underutilizing Sanders and Gainwell. Yeah, I'm pissed off about Miles Sanders not being used the right way. I really am. He's got one more year on his contract, I think, and that's it. Like next year. So they need to figure something out. I think he's got one more year left, right? Or two? I think he's got one. I don't even remember. But you know what I mean. It's just unfortunate. You know, it's just unfortunate. But we got a super chat from Sticks94 Burke. Says the defense and Howie are the Eagles' biggest problems. Metcalf or Jefferson should be out there with D. Smith. Offense would be a lot better. You know, if Howie Roseman wasn't here, yes, that we would be drafting different personnel. And that's true. I think so. I think this year's draft was a little bit different. I thought they actually collaborated on this draft. I thought there was some Howie picks, there were some Gann picks, and there were some Sirianni picks in this draft. That's definitely 100%. But I agree. I think before you do anything, I think the biggest problem is Howie Roseman. That's the number one problem. Howie Roseman's got to go. Because once Howie goes, you bring a GM. Once GMs are going to be lining up to coach here, because or to be in charge here, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's if the Eagles end up getting 3 first-round picks or even 2 first and 2 seconds, like if the Eagles have like 2 top 10 picks next year, there's a GM going to be waiting to get this job because it's going to be exciting. It's a fresh start, and they'll have cap space and they'll be able to maneuver around. So it should be exciting. You know what I mean? So you never know what could happen. D-Max says, Joey, can you explain the non-existent Miles Sanders non-carries? Can you see this? You could see his frustration. Yeah, he's pissed off. I don't know. I feel like they're using Kenneth Gainwell and Miles Sanders in 2 different ways. Like I feel like they're using Kenneth Gainwell like up the middle, like they're running him north and south, and they're using Miles Sanders on some of the gadget type runs, like they're using him for like dump offs, screen passes, little things like that. Like Miles, why did you sit Miles all preseason? Why did you sit him all preseason like you're about to unleash him this year and make him run over 20 times a game? I mean, he's got 9 carries in 2 games. He's got 9 carries in 2 games. There's a problem. That's a huge problem. Miles has... You got this offensive line. I mean, look, you got an offensive line that blocked pretty well today. And you just... Why? Why in the red zone are you passing it so many times? Run up the middle like you did. You did it once with Gainwell and it worked. You know what I mean? So you could do it, but you know, I don't know. I'd be in the office if I'm Miles Sanders right now. I'd be upstairs in that office right now and be like, why am I not getting the ball enough? Because this is BS. Okay, it's true. I mean, you know. Commissar said that was a tough game, but at least we were competitive. The only thing I was really frustrated by was the defensive line. I mean, I did expect to lose because it's Mahomes. Yeah, I was expecting to lose this game, but the defense did absolutely nothing. They didn't make one stop at all. Okay. Benson, yeah, he says, as an Eagles fan, I already know we were going to lose. Won some bets. Thank you for the loss. Next, same. So at least you got some money out of it. So it's a good thing. There is 151 people in the chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles every single day. We stream every game, so definitely stay tuned for it. Subscribe. It's free. Come join. If you guys haven't liked the stream either, much love to you guys. It does help the channel a lot, so put a like on the stream if you guys have a chance. And we will have the Philly Shakedown, obviously, this week on Saturday on Philly 500's channel. Should be a lot of fun. We got the Panthers this week. Should be a lot of fun. So we've been over an hour and 18 minutes so far as of right now. Going to go over probably another couple minutes, and then we'll kind of end it for the night. So I'm gonna put out a vote about. I'm gonna put out another vote of when you guys want me to stream, who's available, whatnot. If you want to stream another day, I kind of want to do another stream before Friday. I usually do my streams on Fridays. I don't really stream that much. I stream Friday and then stream 3 times on Sunday. So if you guys want another stream during the week, I'm gladly will stream another one during the week. Comments are the only good linebacker we have is Singleton, but we can't do everything. He is solid linebacker 3, but Wilson and Avery are just. I think they're horrible. They're horrible. They're all bad. I think they're all bad, literally. Eagles Flash, we need to trust our team, have their backs, and they will produce. It's week 4. Don't give up on anyone yet. Hold on one second. No, I wouldn't. I'm not giving up on anything yet. I mean, I'm not. Look, I'm not. I think. I think that Jeffrey Lurie's got to make the right decision here. And if Howie's gone, it's going to open up a lot of positive things. Like, this team will be no dysfunction. Like, it will be better, guys. It will. But I had no faith in Howie Roseman. Imagine putting 2 top 10 picks in Howie Roseman's hands. I'm telling you right now, if the Eagles have 2 top 10 picks, you're not. If you want to trade back one of those picks, you trade back a couple spots, 5 spots at most. Like, I'm not trading. I'm not doing it. I'm taking 2 players in the first round. If they have 2 top 10 picks, I'm taking two players. I don't care if you have to pay them or whatnot. I do not care. Okay, don't want to do that, but it is what it is. I feel we have to do that next year, so it could be in our favor. He said didn't help that we were covering the best wideout on the other team with yeah. I mean, Eric Wilson was on for that one touchdown. Eric Wilson was covering. I mean, are you kidding me now? Like, he's on Tyree Hill. I mean, come on now. Come on. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Caesar, as it says, Roseman is the culprit of all of our... No, I agree. He is. He's the reason for everything that's going on. He's got control over everything. He's the one that's... the only one that's surviving from anything changing on this team. He's the only one that has caused what we have dealt with the past 21 years. And it hasn't gotten better. We've gotten a Super Bowl out of it, but you're not a consistent team every year. We were a playoff team, but not anymore. I mean, we made it to the playoffs. Did we get by the first round? No, but we made it. It is what it is. So, Berg says, don't get me wrong, our team is a mess, but our O-line looked nice, far backups, and our off-cam. We can talent on defense, but we need solid scheme for theme to run. I actually miss Jim Schwartz. I don't know. Jim Schwartz kind of fell off after a couple of years. I felt like he kept Nathan Gary in games. He never gave other linebackers any chances. There's a lot of bad things that happened with Jim, but Jim knows how to get a pass rush out of his guys. Jim knows how to attack the quarterback. That's what I know what Jim could do, and it's something that we're missing right now. And that's the Eagles' defensive line is the strongest point of this team. What it's supposed to be the strongest point of this team. You know what I mean? The strongest point of this team. And, it is what it is. I'm not happy about what's going on now. Trust me. Like, I'm pissed today. Like, I'm mad. I'm tired of losing. I want to win something. I would like to win against the Panthers and feel better coming out of that game. I think they're beatable, but, it's going to be interesting. I'm trying to get through these as fast as I can. Philly 0024 said, we need to draft all defenses coming draft. There's not really a strong QB class. No, there's no strong QB class at all. They have to draft. They have to draft the defense this year. There's no doubt about it. If they have some extra money, obviously, they should do something else. Like, they should try to at least, I don't know, whatever position that they need badly. Unless if it's corner, do not spend money in free agency. But I'm saying if it's another position that we really need badly, go after a linebacker. Go after something in at least one position in free agency. I would at least spend money for one guy if we have it. If that's it, then I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's it. Jay Koch says, if we had real coaches on special teams that makes his players go hard the ball, that would have been ours. Yeah, I know. I think this game would have been ours too. We left 3 touchdowns on the board. It's crazy. But our defense didn't help the situation either. So, Basically, I don't think even Seth Joyner wouldn't be able to cover Tyreek. What makes you think Eric Wilson? Oh, Eric Wilson can't. I mean, nobody could cover Tyreek Hill. I mean, there's nobody that can cover him. If you scheme against him as a team, as a defense, then sure. But, comments, I can't wait until we get a new GM. Dude, me and you both, bro. Me and you both. I'll be so happy when that day comes. Like, it will feel like Christmas that day. Not even kidding. Robert says, I bet Howie Roseman's logic thinks every elevator should have an outhouse. Hashtag bass backwards, y'all. I drip Troy, dude. Joe Douglas going to be like, I'm back. Now I'm back. Eddie Blank says, Eagles need to hire Schwartz back. I don't know if that's going to happen, bro, but Carlos Deuce says, touchdown Bucks. Chad Black says, the run-pass ratio will set Hurts up for a stressful 17 games. And definitely. I think the more that you play like this, you pass more than you run. You're not balancing out your offense. You're putting more stress on your quarterback, which is going to lead to a running back that we have that's really good that's not getting the ball enough. You got to give this guy 20 carries. I mean, you got to 18, 20. I mean, something. Give me something here. 9 carries in 2 games. It's unfortunate, man. It really is unfortunate. So, it's crazy. But before I go, we're going to have some videos out tomorrow. I put out my rant about the whole game today, so check that out. Check that video if you guys have not. It is entertaining, and I pretty much go all out on a 15, 16-minute video, which I don't like to make long videos. I hate it, but I had to at this point. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Subscribe to the channel, 145 people. Thank you guys so much for the super chats and everything today. Really, I do appreciate all the support you've been giving me today. Much appreciated. The guys that showed up to the stream today during the game, appreciate that. And showing up right now, do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't. We cover the Eagles every single day. We do streams like this, and we have some pretty entertaining streams at 500 on the Philly Shakedown podcast. So definitely check that out. And that's it. We're getting ready for the Panthers. I mean, I'm not going to be done tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm still going to be talking about, I'll have some videos out on the team tomorrow and what's going on. But much love to everybody that showed up today. Subscribe to the channel. Like the stream before you leave. Thank you very much for everybody showing up and being good sports out of this loss. I know I know it was a hard day today. So hopefully we play better next week. So I'll let you know what's going on. I'm hoping maybe I can stream tomorrow. I don't know yet. I'm going to put a post up, and you guys can vote on a day you guys want me to stream. What's the best day for me to stream? So I'll put a post up. You guys just take your vote on it. I'm going to leave it up to you guys when I should stream, and I'll make time for you guys. How about that? Around your guys' schedule as much as I possibly can. I can't do it for everybody, obviously, but I'll do it for most of you that vote, obviously, and try to, yeah. I'm just babbling. Never mind. All right. I will see you guys later. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Don't beat yourself up because we have plenty of season left. All right. I'll see you guys later. Shakes Code Up, follow us. Peace out, guys. Peace.